Okay, so hopefully I can shoot this before my baby wakes up. She's sleeping. We took her to the aquarium yesterday. It was Father's Day. It was really nice. And she's sleeping. She's been sleeping a while, so she's probably going to wake up soon. Hope we can do this before that's done, before she wakes up. But anyway, this is my paint palette. So I usually use for most pieces. I have a few other little hunks of plastic and stuff like that, little plastic tubs that have a lid that I got from some, a box of screws or something that will work for it. It's easy to peel off the acrylic paint because I really like to do that. I like to save this because, I mean, look at these. Look how beautiful these are. So we're going to see how clean we can peel these out. They don't always come out just as like a cookie. Sometimes the thicker it is, the easier that is. But we're going to try peeling a little bit of this off. You can see I already kind of started it. But you'll see this is actually, I should show you what these are. This is the lid from a Smucker's can. We get the good stuff here. And this is the lid from, I think, a can of coffee that my friend got me that was Guild Wars 2 branded. I got a special Guild Wars 2 emote from it, which I do not play that game at all anymore, but I had about 10,000 hours in. Anyway, yeah, let's see if we can pull this off. Usually, you can use like a little knife. So I have this thing here that you can see I use for that specific purpose pretty much only. I'm gonna see my baby rolling around, so she's gonna be waking up soon. But we'll start with that because it's a little more visible than my hands. It's a little easier to peel these off with my fingers. But we'll use this because for the camera, this is better. We just want to get under there as much as possible, and you'll actually uncover, there'll be those little pockets of wet paint. It's kind of cool. It's sort of self-preserved underneath there, like a little Jurassic Park mosquito. I really like it. Oh, see, we didn't really get it here, but you get this little peel that will leave a little bit of a mark on my thumb because it's a little wet still. So you get these beautiful little patterns. Yeah. Love that. Can use that for a lot of little art things. I mean, usually I just try to assemblage them onto things when I can, but even just the texture of these can be really nice. We'll set that aside. Let's see, and I'll try to remember to do a video of the pile after this is all done. We'll get under there. Sometimes we still get little bits of the lid's sealer. There's like a little foam on the lid. And you get those nice gooey sounds. Sometimes we are so lucky. Oh, there's some. There's a good little chunk we'll take off. Look at that with that blue underneath. That's pretty. That's really pretty. Let's try and peel some of this off with my hand, just because we can. Just so you can see it's a little bit more what the acrylic wants. You know, if it had a thought, a feeling, it would like the love of being pulled apart a little bit. It's not that much better, but that's a good piece. Very good piece. I should move my lamp so that that's easier to see. I think that's better. I hope that's better. We're going to do this one video and maybe see if we want to come up with some lighting that's a little bit better next time. I don't know if that's much better. Let's see. Maybe that. Yeah, I like that. I think that's pretty good. Yep. But we'll see. It's a good piece. Okay, where's our little knife? Keep going from this side. See, it's a little thin over here. You can see as I pull this off here, you'll see some marks because I use this thing a lot. And I peel out of here all of these little chunks. And then I save them in a box. I should talk this quiet all the time. I talk really loud, and it bothers my wife a lot. I think it bothers people a lot that I talk as loud as I do. And a lot of days I talk so loud without thinking about it that my throat hurts. So I could probably stand to talk a little softer like this. I don't mind this. Right now I'm doing it not because of the camera or to shoot an ASMR video or whatever, because my baby is sleeping. She's got a sound machine on, but you know, I don't like to push it. Sometimes the dogs will bark and she sleeps through that even. See, we got a little bit of that wet paint on the thumb there. Cool. Love those colors. Didn't show you that piece. See, it's got my thumbprint on it. You can frame me for a murder now. Call me Jack Bauer, because the United States government wants to frame me for murdering the president-elect. He's not the president yet in season 1. Do they try to frame him again in season 2? No. No, they don't. Pretty certain they don't. I think that's just season 1. I don't think it's a government plot in season 1 either. It's like implied to maybe be, but it's really just revenge from that guy. That pre-9/11 terrorist who's allowed to be a Belarusian fellow and not a brown person. Sometimes you can get under the skin here and you get a really good peel. And you know, I might need to switch out this blade because obviously I've used this quite a bit and it is very dull. So that's partly why. Partly why. Wasn't sure if I was going to say partly or part. Part of. And I just bailed. I said par. Oh, this is promising. Let's see here. Ooh, yeah, maybe. How much of that can we get? Nope, that's all. Not much. Not much at all. Oh, I didn't show you the other side. Beautiful. Hopefully there's enough space on this phone for this video. It's still filming. I really should have switched this to landscape. I thought it did switch to landscape. Well, I'm not changing it now. You're just going to be watching a little sideways. Maybe, I think I can just change the aspect in post. Yeah, I know how to do that. That's just a button. I'm no video editor, but I know a couple of things, you know. I know all the keyboard shortcuts. Oh, you know, we might snap this blade. Oh, we're getting a good one. Ooh, yep. Hopefully I don't jam this into my finger. Let's move that hand. Disaster caught on film there. See, that's cool. You can see all the layers there. It's like the side of a mountain in, where were we? South Dakota. I mean, it wouldn't be these colors, but you know, those sediments. Or you can go to the Grand Canyon, see all the sediment. I like that. I talk to people about the Grand Canyon a lot. I really like the Grand Canyon. Ooh, how much of this can we get? It's not going to be that much. Some of the acrylic is stickier than others. Ooh. So that's a nice big piece. Not always easy to get it off in like a cookie. We love it when we can get it off in a cookie and when I'm willing to get my nails under there, but nope, that's what we're gonna get right now. That is, that could be a state. It's a little bit too natural borders for a state. That could be a Midwest state, not a Western state. But that's really pretty, and that's a pretty shape too. That's really nice. Oh, actually got that stuck in there enough that it was loosening the blade. I try to use these blades as much as I can before I toss them. Try to have some that I use for purposes that do not require a completely sharp blade, just so I can use them a little more. I don't like to just throw things away. And then when I do save the sharps container for assemblage. I like it for like texture work on a painting. It's really pretty. Can't believe that baby's still sleeping. I thought for sure I'd have to cut it by now. I'd have to go and take care of the baby, get her some milkies. She knows that her mom comes home at 1 o'clock, and so she's not really that big of a bottle feeder. She'll have 2 ounces or so. This would be a fun stream, actually. I don't know how to do that with my phone, but we could get a setup going, and that would be kind of fun. Stream acrylic palette. Acrylic palette scraping. I don't know if I'm sure there's like YouTube content of people doing this with their intent is to make like an ASMR video, but personally I don't really like that. I'd like it to be more like this, where it's like my actual palette you guys get to see. I mean, look at that. It's behind the scenes. That's the back of an office building that nobody sees, back of a mattress firm where they go out and smoke. That's what that is right there. That could just be, you could put that in a little frame that big, and it would be an art piece. Beautiful. And I mean, this is nice too. This is, of course, nice, but this is what I go for. You know, I'm kind of a joke to my friends. Back in college, they used to come into my dorm room on Fridays. We'd watch movies, and they would see my ASMR videos, and they were surprised I just like let people see that. I just like, there's a lot of ASMR stuff I like that's kind of weird, I think, but I like the sounds a lot. And mainly I just like people like doing normal stuff that's not really meant for ASMR. So I don't like really look up like ASMR, because that's how you get, girlfriend roleplay. And I've never really liked that. I've always really liked I don't know, videos of people in barber shops that are full of noises. Somebody just filmed a barber shop in, you know, some country. They don't speak my language. I don't know why they filmed the barber shop. It's clearly not meant to be relaxing at all. But it's cool. You know, grainy film. Things like that. They'd always be like, why the hell do you watch this stuff? And I was like, I don't know. I just, something about, you know, I used to go and write and read in this really busy diner near me. Best diner ever. Still miss being near it. Just be in this really busy diner and just read and write a book, and people go, isn't that noisy? Isn't that loud? Isn't that distracting? For me, it's like, well, no, I don't know. I just like that noise. I didn't even grow up in the city or nothing. Maybe that's why it's novel to me. I like all these people being around and, I don't know, just doing their thing. Living. That baby is still sleeping. She's moving. She's wiggling around. But she's asleep. Let's see if we can get that off. See, that's pretty. Oh yeah. Ooh, wonderful. We love those shapes that have molded into the side here. Yeah, ooh, that's a good one. Ooh, look at that. All those little colors. Honestly, it'd be fun photography just to photograph these really close and just make some photographs out of that. That would be very cool. I don't do photography, but maybe that's how I'll start. The big one that people thought was really weird, by people I mean my 3 friends, I would watch those ear cleaning videos, you know, they do in like Asia. A lot of Chinese, I like the tea house ones a lot because of all the noises. You get somebody just like picking stuff out of your ear. I always really liked those. I always had ear problems, and it looked like that felt really good. An ear massage. But people don't really do that here, so I just had to like stick pencils in my ear, which is definitely not something I'd recommend anybody do. But, you know, when you're like 11 years old and kind of dumb, you're just like, oh yeah, I'll just stick something in there, and you poke a little too far once and never do it again. Just go, ooh, that hurts. No doctor visit or nothing. Maybe that's why I talk loud, who knows. Those are pretty. See, that looks like the side of the mountain in Grand Canyon. That's cool. Oh, yep. Okay, we're doing good here. Yep. Yep. Ooh. Okay, that's a good piece. Maybe as a bonus we can get some of the side there. Probably not. Nope. But that's a good piece. Look at that. That's a wonderful little shape. Wonderful little shape. Little pieces of hair stuck in there, probably my dog's hair. Yeah. One of my dogs. I know exactly which one, because one of them has long hair and the other doesn't. There's a hair in there, can't get it out. Beautiful. one is about pulled. You can see there's little bits here. Can maybe we can get them easier with your finger than the knife. You sort of just deglove it. That's what I always call this. I wonder if that's a good search term, deglove. People are looking for actual deglovings, and then they find this. We're not getting much out of that. These little bits are usually kind of, you know, they just get balled up in the bottom of the box and get lost. That baby is snoozing, dude. I hope I don't have to go and recharge the baby monitor. I figured she'd be up by now. It is what time? 10:32. Wow. Oh, that's a good piece. Oh, I hear my other dog snoring now. You might hear that too. I'll see if I can hear that on the video. I'm gonna need to get that out with my fingers. And it's getting on my journal, but I always say that it's just character. Just adds character. I like that kind of thing. Let's see. Whatever I don't get here, you know, it'll pile up on the next one. You'll get something interesting. Layers and layers of sediment. Maybe I'll call this degloving the sediment of my acrylic paint palette. And I think that's fine. I'll show you the, you know, I think I'll save part 2 for later because that baby should wake up soon. Really, really should. So we'll save this for later. That one will be a lot easier because it's really thick. That one should be really quick, actually. So we'll save that for later. Okay. Almost forgot to film the spoils. Well, that's what it looks like all spread out. Beautiful.